Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have I Love Juice with 965 rating versus Cali David with 304 rating, so it's going to be another DB match. Also make sure to check out I Love Juice's channel, link down below in the description, and we'll see Juice win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and they will decide to go first. 41 versus 40, opening hands. We have Node, Imperm, Ghost Ogre, Lurie, and Druid Worm. They have Node, Nib, Crossout, Ash Blossom, Nib. Okay, so both of these players opened not great. We're going to normal summon out Lurie, make Requiem. I mean, you know, we didn't brick. We do have Lurie, but then we just get stopped by Ash Blossom. And then we pass turn. They draw Veiler. They set Crossout, pass. We draw Econ. Okay, interesting tech choice. They draw Sword there, so now they do have, you know, normal summon, special summon if they'd like. Yeah, normal summon, special summon, and then activate Sword effect, goes search, grab out the X Ryzeal. Then they will overlay those. Okay, so doesn't try to do too much here because could have special summoned out X and then use that plus sword to overlay for duo. I guess if the opponent double hand traps you, that's still kind of tough though. So they make the Detonator, effect to attach, battle phase, swing for 3000, and then pass. They draw into X, and now we will dump Mirror Logic, special summon out X, and then X1, Aggregator 2, Detonator 3, Veiler 4. Then Econ 5, Detonator 6. Okay, so we still go ahead and search. That was like a really good interaction for us there. And now special summon out Sword. Sword effect, they go cross out on it. Okay. Special summon out Node from the hand, so that's summon 3. Then overlay for our own Detonator. Detonator effect to attach, and then battle phase swing. Yeah, I mean, we know that they have X in hand, which outs the Detonator, though. So swing, set Imperm, pass, they draw X, and then they go special summon out X by dumping Mirror Logic, and then they're going to go X1, Mirror Logic 2, and then Detonator 3 to go ahead pop, and then any Chain Link 4, nope. Okay, so they're going to go ahead search out Sword, special out Sword, and then Sword effect to go search, grab out the Ice Ryzeal, and then normal summon out Ice. Like, I mean, I don't think that would have been, like, the worst Detonator Chain Imperm ever there, because we know they didn't have Engine prior, otherwise they would have tried to play, right? Like, based off of how they, like, played with the normal summon Node, special summon out Sword, like, that's pretty weak. That's, like, pretty, like, not the greatest way to start, for sure. Okay, and then they go ahead, bring out X from the deck. Set thinking here, overlay, go for the Detonator. Detonator effect to attach, doesn't target by the way. Battle phase, swing, whoa, why are we imperming this? What? We imperm that, and then they chain the effect to pop the Detonator, sure. Also they attached Mirror Logic for some reason there. Not quite sure why you would do that. Then they go Mirror Logic to shut that down, sure, and then they just go swing. So down to 300 life points, and then try to pass. They go activate Druid Worm, banish the Aggregator, special summon out, draw on the Ryzeal Cross, battle phase, attack over Ice, and then go main phase 2. They didn't play in the Typhon. Yo, they're not playing good right now. Okay, you were never supposed to imperm the opponent's Detonator. You're supposed to just, like, let them crash, make them detach, they Ice attack directly for 17. Sure, then you just save Imperm for your turn. You can go first action, Imperm on Detonator, make it so that way this card doesn't do anything. Well, it'll still have the Mirror Logic under it, but it won't have, like, any pops, any real pops. So you can't Typhon. Yeah, they didn't summon twice from the extra deck last turn. Said, right, sorry. Okay, yeah, go ahead, fix that. Does that change your play? You can change it. Okay. Hey, shout out to them for being nice about it, but they should gain 800 life points. And then make SP, Druid Worm effect to send the Detonator. There you go, chain Detonator, chain SP, chain Detonator, sure, activate cross effect to go ahead and put back, and then draws into Ash Blossom, they admit defeat, they said, yeah, that was a bad imperm. So on to game number 2 now, we will go ahead and see I Love Juice decide to go first. Opening hands, we have Ghost Ogre, Node, X, Bonfire, Econ, they have Sword, Imperm, Crossout, Plugin, and Ice. So they will go main phase, activate Bonfire, so the Imperm's just going to be used on the duo drive. Normal Ice effect goes special, bring out X. I was going to say, some people are hand trapping Ice though, in case that their opponents are playing Fiendsmith cards. So yeah, they're going to go ahead, X, search out, and then link off, go accept, well, make Except on Night, and then link off into Requiem. Requiem effect, Tribute Go special, bring out Lacrima. Lacrima effect, dump Engraver. Engraver effect, shuffle back the Exceton Knight. Special summon itself out. Requiem effect to equip, and then turn that into Necro equip. Anything on summon. Nope. Overlay for DDD. Okay, and then we go special summon out Sword. Activate Sword effect, grab out X from the deck to the hand. Special summon out X by dumping the Detonator. Make Duo Drive. Duo Drive effect to attach. Duo Drive effect to go search. Get hit with Imperm. And then special out Node. And then we have Node effect that can send in special summon back out. So get rid of the Duo Drive because we just don't need it on field anymore. It is follow up, but it's like on field follow up instead of like the X in hand, which is a lot harder to interact with, obviously, than a card on field. So summon Detonator, effect to attach, set Econ, which also, we don't have to tribute either of these because we can Lacrima and the Requiem, Requiem and the Lacrima, effect dump the Trap, and then the Lacrima is a free tribute for the Econ. They draw into Imperm, so, okay, now we will have a free monster to tribute if we want, so they go ahead and Imperm the Detonator. Unless we want to try to keep that there. The normal ice effect, we go Chain DDD to shut that down. Special sword effect, they go Chain Lacrima, which we could have waited until the resolution of this. But realistically, we probably should have done this before this was even summoned. Because we already played in the Talents, so if they go Talents take, they can take the DDD, which then shuts down the Fiendsmith stuff. And then we'd have to Econ tribute to take back the DDD before we go for that stuff, which is like kind of awkward. They search out X'd, but I mean, it still worked, but it is like a little bit awkward. They go for Lacrima effect on Fiendsmith and Paradise, especially because at this point, the DDD is not even that strong against the opponent, because it doesn't stop very much in this deck. Now they go special summon out X by dump Mirror Logic, then X1, Mirror Logic 2, Econ 3, go ahead, take Sword. Yeah, does not want them to overlay for an Exceton Knight or anything that they would have been able to make there. Okay, then they just admit defeat, realizing that they lose to the Fiendsmith Trap. On to the next game, we will see Callie David go first. We have X Sword, Talents, X Node, no hand traps. They have Judgment, Called by Bonfire, Cross, Desires. Oh, this game looks like it's over. Holy. Bonfire, Search, Ice, normal Ice, Ice effect goes special, bring out Sword, Sword effect goes search, grab out X, and then we can go overlay. Make Dugaris effect, okay, draw on the Sword, Imperm, discard Imperm, okay. I don't like the way we've played this at all so far. Okay, and then special out X, I guess we're just trying to hit cross out. I mean, we could have Desires first too. I mean, the only thing we really lose that we care about that much, right, is like, because you could have X'd and then Desires. So we could have searched Node out of the deck, then the only thing we really care about is like the plugin. Now we're going to go X to Aggregators, search out Node, and then special summon out Node. Then we try to overlay those. They said think on summon of Node. Okay, now we're just bluffing super hard for no reason when they're just going to overlay anyways. Also, this player is playing bad. They should have activated Cross and then make Duo Drive, and then they could have gone Duo Drive effect to attach, and then, you know, they have protection. Yeah, I guess it's like almost the same. Then activate the effect to detach and go search. Go ahead, grab out the plugin and the Ice Ryzeal, and then activate the Pot of Desires to go ahead and banish, and then draw 2. Draws into a Perulia plus Baldrake. Banishing 1X there. Yo, these players are actually, they keep banishing 1 engine card every time, or 0 engine cards, and it's so broken. I know they go through a decent chunk of their engine before using it, but like, they're just not hitting anything. Then they go special summon out Sword, special summon out Ice by getting rid of a Perulia, make the Detonator, which I think is okay. We could have just played this like infinitely better though, right? We could have just like, we never used Node effect, so we could have Node, sent Dugaris, special summon backed out a level 4 body, and then there we could have just specialed Sword and kept Ice in hand for follow-up, and then maybe we could have also made a Babushka, because, I mean, we do have, like, Judgment, Called by, Cross, so, like, you can always just Called by, like, you know, you have Called by for Fiendsmith, you have Cross for Fiendsmith, you can stop Mirror Logic 2 different ways, you have Judgment for something, like, feel like we could have done that, but dump Mirror Logic, special summon out X, and then X1, Mirror Logic 2 onto Detonator, and then chain Detonator to pop X, and then they will go ahead and detach to negate with the cross. Okay, activate talents to draw into evenly econ. Okay, so the evenly will definitely force the judgment there. Battle phase, end of battle phase, evenly, chain judgment, shut that down. Main phase 2, special out sword, sword effect to go search, chain detonator to pop it. Then they're thinking if they want to chain their econ, which if they chain econ onto that, then I was gonna say they're still gonna get tons of pops. Normal ice effect, chain detonator to pop. They said okay, go ahead, bring out sword from the deck, and then sure they're gonna aggregator that. Sure, that's fine. So now that's awkward because they're gonna have to plug in early. So how much engine have they gone through? They banished what, 1x? Yeah, they banished 1x. So 2x are gone, 2 sword are gone, 2 ice are gone. So there's only one of each left in deck. So they can go activate, plug in the special summon back out from the graveyard here, and then search for ice, and then they have like ice in the body into a third body. Yeah, because otherwise they're gonna make the Exceton Knight. Yeah, and then go Exceton Knight effect. They said prio, they said think on summon. Well, yeah, unless if they have judgment. Yeah, I was gonna say then they have first action. So first action Exceton Knight, and then chain plug in the special summon, back out the X, and then attach the ice from the deck. Sure. Oh, and they just let it go. They could have detached to protect there because they haven't been threatened on destroying anything, and then they would have had to use Exceton Knight effect again. I guess it doesn't really change too much though. Actually, they wouldn't have been able to Exceton Knight effect, right? Because they would have only had 4 cards versus 4 cards, and they have to have more total cards than you, so they wouldn't have been able to pop again. And you know, also if they had got rid of Dugar's turn 1. I guess that wouldn't have helped if they got rid of that turn 1, because they would have had 2 extra cards, so then Exceton Knight would have, like, hurt. Okay, they could have just protected, though. That would have changed things, and they don't draw for turn, and they wasted their follow-up turn 1. And they attached from deck for no reason there. Like, if you're not going to protect, what's the point of attaching from deck, right? You're actually just, like, using more resources, because now instead of having 3 names in deck for 3 bodies, now we only have 2 bodies set up. And that's just not as good as having 3 bodies in deck, right? So now they're going to go activate Baldrake, banish the special, because they have to add Exceton Knight. Otherwise, this will just be turned into Requiem and they lose the game. But they can go attack, and then we can go Econ to switch it to defense. And then that's just game, because now we have Requiem set up. So now they pass. And then doesn't matter what we draw. Main phase, Requiem. Yeah, GG's. So yeah, I think that could have been played better in multiple different spots. I think their turn 1 was messed up. They should have got rid of Dugaris off field instead of Perulia from hand 2. Like, this is at least a level 4, and it's an unknown, right? Like, you know it's not a live card, but your opponent doesn't know that. So you can treat it better. Also, they pitched an Imperm when they could have pitched a Sword, or they could have pitched Ice, or they could have Desires first before doing that. And then if you Desires first, like, sure, you have a chance to lose plug-in. We probably just shouldn't have started with Dugaris. Probably should have just started with the regular old Duo Drive instead of trying to get greedy and drawing Cross-Eyed off of this, because we did have Cross called by, and even if we did get stopped, like, we could still, like, you know, play through it, and still set up, like, an end board with, like, Judgment, Imperm, like, multiple interruptions. Desires could have drawn into more non-engine, to help protect us too. But yeah, seeing how long the match was, about 29 minutes long. And with all that being said, the DB Grinders signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.